Hi, and welcome to this week's Walk the Wu Wei. Tonight, well, we're celebrating.
We're in a good mood tonight.
We're in a great mood tonight. One of our clients and community members has just given birth today to a lovely, beautiful baby girl. So,
well done, Sally. Congratulations.
In honour of all things baby, tonight's Walk the Wu Wei, we're going to be talking about the Taoist teaching of the Tao Baby Mind, which is a beautiful teaching, and it's so relevant in terms of achieving Wu Wei, flow, balance, emotional harmony in your life, whether it's dealing with people, dealing with situations. It's a great teaching. So do you want to begin and tell us about the Tao Baby Mind?
So this is a translation, and you know my Chinese is not great. But one day when I was working with a master in China, I asked him, what defines a master? How do you become a Taoist master? And he looked at me and he said in broken English and my very poor Chinese, he said, the greatest master is a newborn baby. And I didn't think I understood him at first. So I said, the greatest master, yes. He says, you imagine the mind of a newborn baby. So it doesn't compare. Here comes the three, remember? Newborn baby, doesn't compare, doesn't judge, and he doesn't criticize. And he comes with that clear mind, like a beautiful clear pool, with no distractions and nothing to cloud the mind. Can I tell you what another master said? So this intrigued me, that you're working very hard to try and become a Taoist master and learn all these techniques that we talk about each week. And really, we're only reverting back to what we were as a baby. We came with that clarity. And another master, when I was talking and expanding the subject, he said, again, this is a very poor translation, so please forgive me. He said, when have you ever heard a baby coming down the birth canal and saying, whoa, just before I come out? Who's going to educate me? Who's going to feed me? Who's going to change my nappies? No, a baby comes out with complete trust, complete love, and just presents himself or herself into the universe. And that's a wonderful teaching. You know, we come with this divine love, with this divine energy, with no expectations, with no desires. We just present ourselves with this energy of chi and love that carries us all through our lives. So sometimes this teaching is to go back to very basic, to go back to who and what you are.
Oh, well, I guess that Tao Baby Mind is always within us. It's
always
just,
there.
Are you saying it's kind of layered over by the avoidances and strategies of the human-centered mind? It's kind of covered up.
Yes, it's layered over with the human-centered minds, and this comes from the environment we're brought up with, the environment, the teachings from our parents, what we have to go through school, and all of the time they're layered on of what we can't do, what we should do, what we shouldn't do. We're learning from mimicking our parents and our surroundings. So in a way, this builds layers on top of layers, on top of layers. But you know, that baby mind, that pure divineness, I like to call it, is still there, and you can still reach back and touch it. And really, when we do these talks and when we work together, we're going back to what we always know, that inner knowing, that essence that I call Shen, Chinese call Shen, that purity. And if you doubt this, I mean, Sally just put a beautiful picture of her baby. Just look at that baby and remember, you were that baby. That's how you were. It's hard to remember that. But when you see that baby, we must remember that's how miraculous we are. Just think about the process of birth. See, I could go on with this a long time. I could take over this because I've been lucky to be at births. Some of my clients have asked me to be there so we can do acupuncture and meditation. And you know, when that baby comes into the room, it is the only word is miraculous. We use awesome, but it's even more than awesome. The energy changes in that room when that baby comes in, and even though I've been there as a professional, and he wasn't even my baby, it moves me. I go back into the car and cry to see the work of the mother, how hard she works, naturally how she pushes. I don't know how you do it. It seems amazing.
And that kind of miraculous, divine, vibrant energy that we are when we're born, as you say, we forget that. We lose sight of that.
I think we lose sight of it. I don't think we forget it. I think it's almost as though it gets covered up by all of the other stuff, and we miss the thread of who we really are.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you think about it, the concept of doubting ourselves is frankly a bit stupid. How would that baby that come out of Sally doubt herself, that she's not good enough, or she's not lovable, or she can't cope? My God, she's just gone through the greatest journey.
Yeah.
And you've been through this journey.
Yeah.
You didn't stop in the birth canal and say, hang on a bit, I don't think I can cope with this. You push through. And this is what I always say, never doubt yourself. If you think about the concept of even doubting yourself, it doesn't make any sense on any level, because you are so awesome. And the energy of bringing you in here, you should never forget that.
And so if I like the analogy you use of the kind of pristine, clear, still pool with the Tao Baby Mind. And,
Yes, right.
and I know there's a related teaching to that about what I guess it's phrased called cleaning the mirror.
Yeah.
It's like a Taoist energetic technique. And do you want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so this is a meditation technique that translates into cleaning the mirror. And so if you imagine yourself as a beautiful, pristine, clear, crystal, diamond clear mirror, and then over the years, grime or dust or mud or whatever you want to say has been layered over the glass,
and so
over the mirror.
And that's what the your beliefs, things you've learned from your family, your parents, your peers, your life experiences, everything we're talking about becomes the layers.
Yeah, what I used to call the misunderstandings, I call them lies now. Because I like to be a lot more direct. So all the misteachings, all the events that didn't go right, all the disappointments, all of the times perhaps you didn't reach the football team or the netball team, or you didn't pass your 11 plus. Is there 11 plus now?
No.
Or if you didn't get into the school that you wanted. All those disappointments, they kind of put a film over the mirror and cloud up the mirror. And the meditation is just sit quietly. Remember, you are the mirror. You are still that diamond clear, crystal, bright mirror. And when you meditate, imagine cleaning the mirror. Imagine what's the best way to clean mirror. I don't know, vinegar and water, Windoline, I don't know. You clean the mirror, and then you reveal the true essence of who you are. You see, you can never change. It doesn't matter how many lies you tell yourself. It doesn't matter how much you restrict yourself. That true, authentic energy of who you are is still as bright as ever.
Yeah.
You can't diminish that.
And that's often a big misunderstanding, isn't it? That people think, oh, I've been compromised, I've been tarnished, I'm affected for life, you know. I can never get over this, and that's absolutely not the case. That Tao Baby Mind, that pristine clear mirror, is always there.
And can I tell you what you just said is one of the greatest teachings. So many people will think they've been tarnished or soiled. This is not true. You can't soil that mirror. That mirror is still as clear and bright as it was when you look at the Facebook, look at Sally's baby. That absolute purity is still within you.
Yeah.
That will never leave you, because that's what the Chinese call Shen. That's your true spirit. Some people prefer to call it essence or inner knowing or inner self, but the Chinese call it Shen, that crystalness of who you are.
And I guess with this, I like the idea of the mirror analogy as well, because not only does it, I guess, reveal you as being pristine and crystal clear and pure, but in effect, it then means that when your mirror is clean, you're reflecting back the true nature of the cosmos and everything around you.
Absolutely.
You've removed the illusions. You've got a clear, I guess, line of sight and interconnection and reflection back, because you are part of the universe. The universe is you, and that having that pristine, clear mirror, it's almost like the universe is reflected fully in you, I guess.
My goodness, I'm glad I'm married to you. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Wonderful teaching. Yeah. And see how close this is to the law of attraction. So when you look at something like a beautiful sunset, a waterfall, a beautiful sky, you come from the same thing. Mm-hmm. I remember, it must be about 10 years ago, when I used to do my talks, I used to use a phrase called, we are cosmic stardust. We are made from cosmic stardust. You know, and I questioned myself and I thought, I think this is going a bit too far, and people might think, he's going a bit off kilter. And then a few months ago, remember when we was watching Professor Brian Cox?
Yeah.
And he walked out on BBC television on 8 o'clock on a Thursday night in a beautiful moonlit sky, all the stars. And he looked up at the stars and he says, there you are, we are made of the same cosmic stardust. I thought, well, he stole my line. I used to say that. Yeah. And we must remember that. And that's what inspired me and inspired Alex to do this wonderful teaching on the birth of Sally's baby. What's her name?
Charlotte.
Charlotte. So welcome to the world, Charlotte. You've inspired us already. See, so we can take lessons off Charlotte and her Tao Baby Mind. And we must remember that. Remember, you were that baby. You made that journey down the birth canal. You beat all the obstacles. If you've ever been at a birth, you know how miraculous you are. Yeah. You are awesome. Never, never forget it. And this also relates to another Taoist teaching, you know.
It does.
Do you know which one it is?
The Uncarved Block.
The Uncarved Block.
Or Pu.
What?
Which is, in Chinese pinyin, is Pu, Pu, the Uncarved Block, which is a beautiful, another beautiful teaching. And it's a great practical teaching as well.
It's a wonderful teaching, and they teach it a lot in China. And here's the teaching. Imagine an artist going to a block of stone.
A raw block of stone.
A raw block of stone. And what the Taoists say is the artist should meditate on the stone, should walk around it, take its time, until the stone tells the artist how it wants to be carved. So what it's saying is you shouldn't impose what you want on the stone. You should work together. Cooperate would be my word. And that's how we should deal with life. We can't impose what we think. We can't make the world the way that we want it to be. I say to a lot of my clients, we can't have Jack's world or Jill's world. The world is wonderful, awesome, fantastic the way it is. Why don't we work with it? Why don't we carve ourselves and carve the world and melt ourselves so we live and work in harmony with the universe?
And
it's a wonderful teaching.
I think, guess it relates to both your expectations about what you want and also wanting to control things and, as you say, impose things. So this can relate to situations. It can relate to people in your life.
Relationships.
It can relate to parenting. So how Sally chooses to nurture and bring up her baby. Seeing the baby almost as the uncarved block, although obviously as a parent she needs to give the child guidance when the child's very young. The unique individual character of that baby, getting an understanding of that and embracing that is part of the process of the uncarved block.
I think this is really shows with twins. You have twins there, you know, coming from the same mother and father, being in the same environment, and yet they're different. And there's a difference between the children, and that's another expression of the uncarved block. We should try and treat everyone as an individual, and you are an individual. And when you meet someone new that's an individual, this is why comparing yourself to other people is frankly a nonsense.
Yeah.
You can't compare yourself to other people. You are unique, divine, awesome. You will never be repeated. You are here for a purpose, and never forget that. And so go back to your Shen. Go back to what you believe in is right for you, and clear your mirror and show the world who you are, and let the world reflect through you. And that's the whole process of chi flowing through you.
Wonderful.
It's a wonderful teaching, and it's wonderful to be inspired. And look at your children and look at yourself and remember how miraculous you are, miraculous, and the journey that you make. And just think of your future, and the journey you're going to make is in the future. Nothing can hold you back. Nothing can stop you from being who you really are. You are awesome. Never forget it.
Wonderful. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Alex.
So, as per usual, if you've got any comments or questions on the Tao Baby Mind, cleaning the mirror, the Uncarved Block, please post them below, and we'd be happy
And if you disagree with me that you're not awesome, write and tell me why you're not awesome.
Lovely. We'll see you next week.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.